So in this sequence, remember what you're doing is simply doing a pull off from 8 to 5 and then 5 to 0. So you're going. But what that means is you really have to hit that pinky hard to start the vibration of the string all over again, because you're not picking it each time. You're picking it the first time and then you're done picking it. And also remember, when you're doing pull-offs, you have to make sure that both of these fingers are on the strings at the same time. Okay, if you try and do a pull-off and this isn't down, you're pulling off to 0, which is fine, but it doesn't work for this lick. So the big thing is the timing. When I go to pull off, this guy's got to be ready. My first finger's got to be ready. Okay? And then I got to go back and hammer my pinky, but then I got to get my first finger ready again. So I got to make sure that it's down before I do my pull-off. That's that synchronicity thing we were talking about. And you see there what I'm doing is taking the exact same idea and I'm simply moving it up a whole step to 10 and 7. So I'm moving from 8 and 5 to 10 and 7. Works pretty well. It's pretty effective. This requires a lot of effort in trying to get comfortable with your hammer-ons and pull-offs. And like I've talked about before in this DVD, it's really important that you understand that in order to play any licks at all, you're either building things in terms of picking everything, or you're building things in terms of slurring, which is hammer-ons and pull-offs. Now, of course, you can use combinations of those things, but you have to develop both of those. So what we've talked about is picking 2 notes, 3 notes, and even 4 notes per string in order to get licks. The other thing we've talked about is being able to hammer on and pull off any number of finger combinations. Hammer-ons, of course, going forward and pull-offs going backward. Hammer-ons tend to be a little bit easier because pull-offs, you got to make sure that the other finger's in position. So it's just really important that you keep trying to practice those, and don't be in a hurry. Always keep it nice and slow. You know, feel the hammer-ons or pull-offs that you're doing. And the other thing to focus on, of course, is the rhythm. Make sure that you're trying to keep it as even as you possibly can, which isn't always easy to do. Okay? What's beautiful about being able to do pull-offs to zeros or open strings is that you can move anywhere you want. So think about it this way. Let's say I was going to stay straight pentatonic, so A minor, pentatonic, minor. See, there's lots of different things that I could do like that, so I can change up the shapes from being either the hybrid scale that we've been talking about, the pentatonic scale we've been talking about, or the diatonic ideas that we've been talking about. Okay, so being able to add those ideas into any of those at any time. So let's say I was doing the hybrid idea, so I was using this. Now what I'm doing is I'm connecting 5-3-0, 7-5-0, 8-7-0, and 10-8-0. And again, however many times I'd like to do that. See? I could make one sequence out of those. I could jump around. Now again, if I can visualize this hybrid scale that I'm using, instead of playing 5-3-0, maybe I'll play 7-3-0 and 8-5-0 and 10-7-0. So I'd have... See? See? So there's so many crazy combinations that you can do. just remember, our goal here is to keep everything in the same key. So we're doing everything in A. That way you can keep combining and seeing the overlap between all of these different variances and licks, whether they're rock licks, blues licks, metal licks, anything like that. Okay?